everybody, welcome back to Pia Talks, and we are talking The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 10, Episode 6. But before we get started, please subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post new content. Okay, so I have to admit, this episode was a little boring until the very end. I didn't get a lot of excitement out of this episode until the very end. The show starts out with Garcelle meeting up with some of her good girlfriends for drinks, and one of her good girlfriends is Will Smith's ex-wife, Sheree, which you probably remember her from the Hollywood Ex-Wives or the Ex-Wives Club, where R. Kelly's ex-wife, Drea, was on there. Prince's ex-wife, Maite, was on there. And was it Jose Canseco's ex-wife? Or yeah, I think that's who it was. I don't even remember her name. But anyway, she was hanging out with her good girlfriends, and they were just talking about dating and life in Hollywood. They talked about her breakup with her husband and how she was saying they were there for her. They would come over, have sleepovers. They would be available just to laugh and talk with her when she was going through it. And she never thought she would forgive him, but she has. And she doesn't hate him because he gave her beautiful boys. Garcelle also mentioned that she used to date Will Smith, who is Sheree's ex-husband. And it was kind of funny. You know, Hollywood must be smart. Garcelle says he was hot and she was single. So, hey, who can blame her? I mean, it was Will Smith, for goodness sakes. The Fresh Prince. When I was a kid, oh gosh, I thought The Fresh Prince was everything. So Erika calls Kyle because she's setting up an astrology party and she needed Kyle's time of birth. And Kyle is the victim, okay? She started all this. Like, she struck the match that exploded this whole big mess, but she's the victim now. I don't know why Denise was so angry with me. Why did she lash out at me? Why did she speak to me like this? Really? After all the ragamuffin comments and then how you acted at the table at everywhere? Oh, glam this and glam that. You expected her to continue to take that? All the over talking that she does of everybody, not letting anybody get a word in edgewise. She did not expect Denise to speak up for herself. And I don't know why. Why did she not expect that? Denise came in last season sticking up for herself. I don't understand why, Kyle thought it would be anything different. Erika mentioned how she's apologized several times regarding that threesome conversation, and it doesn't seem to be enough for Denise. Now that I can agree with. Erika has apologized. The rest of the girls, I think I remember they also said something about an apology as well. Denise needs to let that go because, like I said before in my last video, she could have wrangled them kids up and took them off somewhere else. Or she could have wrangled them women and said, ladies, shut the hell up. These kids is around here. Or she could have had a party that was adults only. There was a lot of options and she didn't accept any of them. She sat there at the table trying to shush people. You cannot shush grown women who are used to loud talking and having several drinks. They were having a good time. Sorry. They move over to Denise, who's at her house helping her daughter get her hair and dress and everything ready for the homecoming that was coming up, and she's going to have a date. And she mentioned that she kept all of that craziness when she was married to Charlie secret from the kids, so they didn't know all of the craziness that was going on. She also mentioned that he was sober when they got married. It wasn't until she was 6 months pregnant with Lola that she actually filed for divorce. So I'm assuming that she said things started to get rough and strange, which I'm assuming she meant that's when all the stuff came out in the press. There was all kinds of alleged drug use, alcohol use, prostitutes, all of that stuff is alleged. I don't have any proof of it, but it was all in the blogs, and she wanted to keep that away from her children. She said that when he was arrested or couldn't show up for stuff, she would just tell the kids that he was really sorry he couldn't make it, but he loves you so much. which is the right thing to do. I mean, if the kids are younger, you can't really sit a young child down who's, 5 or 7 and say, oh, dad's got locked up, honey. He was doing the drugs and paying the prostitutes. You can't do that. So you have to tell him he's got held up at work and he's so sorry and he loves you. I mean, what else can you do? If they were 16, 17, 18, then you tell him he locked up again. He was doing the drugs. He high. He can't come. You can do that then, but no, not when they're young. They move on to Erika, who is working hard, honey, because she wants to be the best Roxy Hart she can possibly be. She is working out with her choreographer, getting her dance moves down. They were working on the dance called Hot Honey Rag for Chicago, and she did really good. I was truly proud of Erika. And at the end of rehearsal, he gave her a video message from the cast of Chicago welcoming her to the show, and she cried, and I was so excited to see how happy she was. I think that from the reviews and from other interviews, I've seen people mention that when she was Roxy Hart on Broadway, she was really good. She performed one of her songs on the Wendy Williams show, and she was awesome. I think she did a great job. They move on to Lisa and Harry, and they were checking in. He's working on a play. She's got stuff going on with the kids, and he was saying that he was sorry that he wasn't able to make the DNA launch for the girls, and he was just checking in to see how his girls were going. Well, Lisa was talking to him about the girls, and they did a flashback of the picnic that they had, the little cookout in the backyard, where him and his daughter had a little bit of a tiff. And Lisa was saying that he needed to fix the way he talked to the daughter. Now, I disagree. I think he was trying to get his daughter to eat. She was being extremely disrespectful. She even flipped him off, and that is a no, ma'am. Now, I realize she has a disorder and you have to be sensitive to it, but you don't have to be sensitive to the point where you just okay her flipping this man off and talking to him crazy, because that is a no-go. You will not disrespect your father in this house. It's not going to happen. Now, could they both have talked to each other a little bit better? Absolutely. But no, you have got to respect your parents. I'm sorry, I'm against it. I'm against flipping your daddy off. I'm against talking to him like he ain't shit. Nope. I don't like to tell people how to parent their children. I really don't. That's just my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but to me, being respectful to your parents is extremely important. And it's also important for parents to respect their children too. I get that. But Lisa should not be okay with that, in my opinion. They move on to Dorit, who meets Robert at the Buca de Beppo, which I'm probably saying wrong. And PK is on his way. But before PK gets there, she sits down and Robert asked her right out, how committed to this project are you? And I think he said that because he believes Dorit is fickle as hell. And this is his business. You know what I mean? This is this man's empire. He owns a ton of these Buca de Beppo restaurants, and he is not about to put up with any foolishness. So PK gets there, and I believe that Dorit thinks that PK is about to smooth everything over. He walks in and she calls him Papa. When did she start calling that man Papa? I don't know. Whatever. So PK sits down and he's smiling and laughing, shucking and jiving with Robert. And Robert said, I was just asking your wife how committed she is to this project. Robert said, don't try that smiling with me. I want to know. This is my business. Dorit says to him, how committed on a scale of 1 to 10 do you think I am? And he said a 3. All right, a 3.5. And she looks like he should not feel that way. She says, well, I give 120%. Dorit, the man said several times, this is business. This is not personal. PK wants to butt in and say, did you tell Lisa Vanderpump about this? He said, no, I haven't. I want to wrap everything up with Dorit first. And he says, well, I'm sure she's not going to be happy about it. Who cares? This is this man's business. I'm sure it's not going to stop anything between him and Lisa. And he said that. He said, I'm sure she'll be happy for us. PK says in public, I don't give a damn. And I'm sure that man doesn't care either. He's about his business and he needs them to be about it. By the time the conversation ended, the man brought it right back around to business. We'll see. If I was that man, I wouldn't be bothered. But good luck. So all the ladies are getting ready for the party. And Garcelle is talking to her stylist and makeup artist, explaining to them that she has been extremely busy. She's filming Coming to America plus 2 TV shows. She's a full-time mom and she's trying to date. She says that she is very excited about all the work that she's been getting, but she'd like to just be home sometime. Totally get it. Totally get it. I wonder what those 2 shows are that she's filming. She said they were in Atlanta, so I wonder if they're any of Tyler Perry's productions. I don't know, but I like Garcelle, so I'd be happy to see her on any program. Sutton, Kyle, and Teddy ride together over to Erika's house, and of course, the subject is Denise. And how could she? Why would she talk to us like this? I don't understand why she would do this. Teddy says, I know. Why was she so upset? Why do you think? Oh my gosh, the forgetfulness, the I am so sorry, I don't understand. You understand. You started that whole thing. Started with arguing with Dorit over coming up there with her fake workout outfit on. Let the woman wear what the hell she wants. Garcelle and Lisa are the first to show up at Erika's house, and it is so funny. They are both wearing pink. Erika is also wearing pink, and it turns out that Erika and Lisa have on the exact same outfit.
Really?
I think that Erika wore it better, but they were all super cute. One of the girls said, are you guys about to do a cheer? They did kind of look like really expensive cheer outfits. Now, one thing I have always said, I absolutely love Dorit and her fashion sense. I am absolutely sure that the outfit she had on was hella expensive, but it did look like pajamas. And it's not shade that it looks like pajamas, because I don't know anything about fashion. I mean, you have to ask Sutton about that. But it looked like pajamas. I mean, she was still cute though. The girls all sit down and have a conversation with Erika's husband, Tom. He is such a nice man and such a gentleman. He talked about meeting John Wayne and going to school with John Wayne's brother, Pat, I believe. And he's just a cool guy. Everybody liked him. He's funny, you know, he's very charismatic, and you can see why Erika loves him. One thing I noticed is we have not seen Erika's glam team this season yet. I wonder why. So the astrology guy, Sean, shows up and he gives them all their star charts and stuff, and it was just a bunch of crap if you ask me. It seemed like to me either 1, he watches the show, or 2, somebody, whether it's Erika or if it's production, has gotten into his ear and told him everything about these girls. He says that Erika is somebody that you have to deal with by bringing her the facts. She will not, you know, take anything less than what the real deal is. And that's true. He says that Kyle will not accept anyone being unfair or treating somebody unfairly. He says that she is a very fair person, though. Dorit leans over and whispers to Kyle, he was dead on until he said that you were fair. Dorit is messy. He says that Denise has a lot of hidden sides to her and that she can be very vengeful and that she plans out her revenge tactics. See what I mean? Somebody told that man to say that. Seriously. He says that Lisa Rinna cannot hold back. She's always saying her mind, speaking her mind, and just being straightforward with people. This man clearly got Cliff Notes from somebody. I don't believe that that was in the charts. I really don't. He says that Garcelle is a person who believes that she is right and she will stand up for it, and that she's also very dangerous if you piss her off. Sutton has a teenage side and she's very opinionated. There's no way that somebody did not tell him to say all this stuff. He says that Teddy is safe in a group of people that she really knows cares about her. But in a group like theirs, she doesn't feel safe except for she holds on to one person. Of course, all the girls were like, Kyle. And he says her person would have an earth sign. And they said, let me guess, who has an earth sign in this group? He says, Kyle. That starts a whole ball of crap. Dorit says she doesn't understand why Kyle just can't admit that she holds everyone else to a different set of rules than she holds Teddy. The conversation gets so ridiculous because Kyle gets upset by the comment. Garcelle comes right out and says, why can't you just admit that you're closer to Teddy? Just say it. You know, you like her better than everybody else. Garcelle says, what's wrong with just saying that? And there is absolutely nothing wrong with her just saying that her and Teddy are closer. Who cares except for Dorit and Lisa? Then Dorit brings up the fact that they went to therapy together for anxiety.
Didn't you last year go to couples therapy?
You did? What are you talking about?
What? You guys had therapy together at your house, right?
We learned breathing exercises.
So then everyone starts saying that they went to couples therapy. The next thing you know, all hell breaks loose. Man finally gets around to Dorit and says that she is extremely emotional, and when she gets upset, she takes on a full-on rage and it's hard to calm her down. He says when she gets upset, it's really hard for her to pull her emotions back together.
We have a lot to discuss.
I will say zip it to you because
You need to listen to me for 2 seconds.
Take it down a notch.
No, Hey, you're a guest in my house.
You're right. When I met everybody, I was like, I like her. So for you to announce it to everyone, I didn't deserve that.
But we are not girlfriends yet. We are getting to know one another.
You know
I
what?
walked
Honestly,
into my
it's
friend's
fine.
daughter's event. It's
You guys, she's new to this group. Kyle, this is my kids' launch party.
She didn't do anything, though, Rita.
No.
Don't act like she did.
Just think that maybe a lot of the ladies don't want to get to know me personally.
You feel?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm here, but no one's really saying anything. I don't know if you guys are afraid or not afraid. I feel like I talk to you all the time, and I feel like you just glaze right over me.
Honey, Erika got Sutton all the way together. She said, you are in my home. Okay, where is the proper Sutton? Sutton had the right to confront Dorit. Dorit was absolutely wrong for how she did Sutton, making it such a big deal. But my thing is, why didn't Sutton go for Lisa Rinna? Because I would have pulled her too. I would have said, wait a minute, while I'm dealing with Dorit, let me deal with you. How the hell are you going to treat me like that? And I mentioned before in a previous video, I said it's only a matter of time before Lisa Rinna and Sutton fall out. That was ridiculous. That was so much that Garcelle, Lisa, and Denise leave. Garcelle says that she is absolutely positive that Kyle doesn't like her. Kyle acts like she is not even present and she doesn't want to get to know her, and that her outfit was hideous. I don't know much about fashion, so I don't know if her outfit was hideous or not. I tell you, they are a mess. They took me all the way back to high school BS. They were super high school this episode. It was ridiculous. At the end, Erika and Kyle get into this disagreement.
I've been very honest about how I think your relationship with her is different than everyone else.
Wait,
and I have
but
backed.
that's not weird. That's not weird.
The relationship is strange. You guys
Why
have
is that weird?
Because
you don't have good friends?
you're so out of line. I'm not even going to be insulted by something so wild like that. And I actually do have good friends. And I actually consider you to be one of them.
Just another episode where Kyle is crying, having a breakdown. What is wrong with these ladies? Who knows? But it looks like the arguing continues. I cannot wait to see what happens next week. So until next time, bye.